What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome. Today we'll be reacting to what NORAD's top generals think of a mixed fighter jet fleet. Oh, I don't know about this one. And I predicted it, did I not? Months ago, prior to this video, I said, none of these countries really gonna be messing with the U.S. fighter jets. Overpriced for what? I mean, they are great jets, but a little overpriced. Some of them has some issues, you know? Some of them has some issues, and we actually went through that breakdown video. A lot of countries, a lot of leaders were not really fonded on the whole agreement between, you know, buying fighter jets from the U.S. A lot of other countries could seek, you know, there's plenty of other countries, including Canada, here we go, specifically Canada, that could venture out to another country and buy fighter jets for maybe cheaper, have a better deal than what the U.S. is offering. It's a whole bunch of nonsense to it, you know? And I'm so glad that they made this video. Updated version, man. And I'm not sweating too. I oil my scalp and everything, and I think the lights be shining on my face too at the same time. Like, I'm not sweating, it just be the camera sometimes.
The Pentagon's patience with Canada is over, even if still coded in...
Oh, here we have it. I mean, we just started. We are 5 seconds in the video, and I'm hearing that the Pentagon is basically pissed. You don't give me the runaround. The Pentagon is basically pissed because of this deal. You know, countries are deciding, I don't want to buy these fighters. Oh, we can get it from here, or we're not gonna really, you know, start this agreement or really give a heads up towards it. a lot of people weren't even giving like a heads up, you know. I've been listening to the interviewers, the reporters. Hey, are you guys soon going to be in relations with the U.S. as far as purchasing fighter jets and this and that and that? No comment. Like, no comment. And they probably don't want it to be known because they know how the U.S. would react. Gosh. They don't want to mess with us. They don't want to, what do you mean they don't want to buy our fighter jets? Here we go, hitting the podium and hitting Twitter.
The Pentagon's patience with Canada is over, even if still coded in the language of diplomacy. Senior officials telling journalists on background the Canadian government's delays and lack of transparency around its ongoing F-35 review are just one example of the prioritization of politics over our shared responsibility for North America's defense. In short, they'd prefer Canada buy the planned order of 88 sophisticated fighter jets from the U.S. We're committed to 30 already, but the Carney government launched a review more than a year ago. It's done. But amid a trade war, no decision on the F-35s has been made. Instead, for months, the government has mulled buying Swedish Gripen combat aircraft.
Didn't I just say that? I really wanted him to say the country. I really wanted him to. Everybody's running to Sweden. I mean, that was literally in that last video. The side-by-side comparisons with the two jets. And why would Canada want to do anything with the U.S.? If we really want to make it simple for everyone to understand, let's just say this. Canada don't really want to mess with us. If they purchase jets from us, that means it's ongoing business continuing. They don't want to do that. Yes, there's more to it, but I mean, come on. I try to make it so that everyone can understand why you gotta get it from us and there's somebody else. How you gonna go back to a person that cheated on you and try to love them and work it out when there's somebody else out there that love you too and they gonna keep it 100 with you and be loyal and give you something great? You finna take your chances, or you finna bounce and go see what that's about because you already see what this is about. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. I love putting it in relationship terms too because people really tend, like, you know, they tend to understand. A lot of people be telling me in the comments. That's why I be sticking to like their relationship type of stuff. A lot of people can, you know, relate with that. We can all relate with relationship stuff. I mean, seriously.
Planned order of 88 sophisticated fighter jets from the U.S. We're committed to 30 already, but the Carney government launched a review more than a year ago. It's done. But amid a trade war, no decision on the F-35s has been made. Instead, for months, the government has mulled buying Swedish Gripen combat aircraft.
Yep.
The Swedes promise they'd build them in Canada. The Pentagon wants a decision to be made soon. But Stephen Fuhrer...
Wait! Let me hear that last part.
Swedish Gripen combat aircraft. The Swedes promised they'd build them in Canada.
Oh, so now we're providing jobs for Canadians. Yo, bro, that's valid. We're providing jobs for Canadians. Oh, man, we got more factories opening now. That's what I'm assuming. Or do we already have some in the making? Do we already have one that I don't know of? That's good news, though, you know? That's great news.
Buying Swedish Gripen combat aircraft. The Swedes promised they'd build them in Canada. The Pentagon wants a decision to be made soon.
The decision is already made. What do you mean decision made? What? I'm losing brain cells, bro. That's why I can't watch the type of, you know, I'm losing brain cells literally. I can't even get the words out of my mouth. What do you mean? What else do you need? That's why we say when it comes to the U.S., everything got to be so, like, obvious. It gotta be so obvious. Oh my gosh, bro. It's like you gotta do extra things to make it more obvious for the people to understand. Damn, what you not understanding? We don't have no business, it's over. And that's why I had to stop wearing the beats, you know, because I got the other beats. I don't even know if I wore them in one of these videos yet. I got the blue beats and everything. And I'm like, I'm not even going to wear them in my videos because sometimes I'll be getting a little mad at the wheel. I can't just be pulling the beats off like that now. Strac ain't rich, baby. Money don't grow on trees. No. We're not about to just be running through headsets because this is like the third headset in like a year and a half. Y'all already know. I think we'd have been through like maybe 3 or 4 of them. And I'm losing count. That's ridiculous. And that's ridiculous. See?
Build them in Canada. The Pentagon wants a decision to be made soon.
The decisions are
But Stephen Fuhrer, the federal liberal in charge of defense procurement, says there is no rush.
We haven't slowed anything down. We have contractual commitments with Lockheed Martin for 16 aircraft. We have purchased long lead items for an additional 14. So we're in for 30 airplanes. And we will decide, you know, we'll make a decision on what the full picture looks like when we're ready to make it.
Soon, not soon, no one is saying, not publicly anyway. Is Canada using it as a bargaining chip in trade talks? No one will say. So we visited NORAD, the cross-border, decades-old defense body which protects North American airspace. Whatever plane Canada buys, this will be its primary mission.
The key is they need to be interoperable.
Gregory Guillot is a U.S. Air Force general, the top commander at NORAD. He says what matters most is whatever plane Canada buys, it must be able to work alongside other existing aircraft, including the F-35, being flown now by the Americans.
Interoperability is what brings the strength to NORAD, where we can interchange aircraft across the border or fly together in the same formation to conduct the mission.
But there is a major technological difference. Canada's CF-18s, originally bought in the 1980s, are considered 4th generation fighters. So too are the Swedish Gripen planes Canada might buy to replace them. The stealth F-35 is 5th generation with more advanced surveillance capabilities.
Is there anything that, say, a 5th generation?
The stealth F-35 is 5th generation with more advanced surveillance capabilities.
What? Wait, hold on. Did I know this before? I don't think I knew that before. You know, because I only see something like this on GTA.
Is 5th.
And like it straight up can hover and just come down like that, though? Bro, I shouldn't have said that. Because now I'm going to have people with me in the comments. I shouldn't have said that. But I just think that's really cool. You know, considering how many, you know, videos I have seen of fighter jets trying to land in the middle of the ocean and everything. They make it. They make it onto the carrier. But then they got to go back up because they couldn't stop in time. Or sometimes it falls down. Like, it's a lot. It really is a lot. How big are those carriers? Now I'm thinking about it. That's a whole runway. Now that I'm thinking about it. But that's interesting. I never knew that. That's neat. You said we could land this joint anywhere. We don't need no runway, man. We could land this thing anywhere.
Canada might buy to replace them. The stealth F-35 is 5th generation with more advanced surveillance
Like,
capabilities.
look at that!
Is there anything that, say, a 5th generation, in this case an F-35, can do in the NORAD role that other aircraft available to you do not?
Day to day, very little, but if you look at our contingency operations and wartime operations, the F-35 sensor suite, its radar ability to take in data from all sorts of sources, makes it one of a kind.
Oh, yes.
Superior to anything else that's out there?
Anything else that I've seen in that role, yes.
Yeah.
Down the hall from General Guillot is his deputy, Canadian Lieutenant General Ian Huddleston. Like his boss, he's clear that the purchase decision is political, so politicians will decide. But people like him will have to implement it.
The Americans operate 4th and 5th generation fleets, but they have a much larger air force than Canada does. We're a much smaller country. Is it as easy for the RCAF, for instance, to operate a dual generation fleet?
I mean, I was the commander of 1st Canadian Air Division, and the answer is no. Personnel-wise, I mean, you've seen the Auditor General reports. They are stark in their assessment of our capabilities. Our fighter force has been struggling for a number of years, and it's going to take a while for it to recover, is the fundamental answer to your question.
Huddleston is just echoing what
Understandable.
others have warned. The Air Force is short of personnel, 20% short of those who maintain the planes, up to 33% short on pilots, jobs that are often specific.
What, y'all don't want to become no pilots? Y'all don't want to become pilots? What's up? Next generation, if y'all watching this video, don't give up on that dream. Do not give up on that dream. I understand everybody want to, do social media and everything. I understand. I understand. I'm not going to sit there and knock anybody's dreams, because Strac wanted this since a baby. Like, I came into this world with this set in my heart. I'm so serious. I came into this earth with the love and passion for content creation set inside my heart before I even knew what it was or studied it or had the equipment or the money or the knowledge or just anything to really push forward and do it or start it. I'm so serious. I knew what I wanted and what I needed to do and accomplish before that time even came, right from my very start. And I'm blessed and I'm thankful that I knew what I wanted. But it's not the same for everyone. We got people waking up and be like, I want to join the NBA, be D1. Like, come on, bro. Let's be real. People just waking up, I want to join the military and be a pilot. That's not easy. Like, don't give up on your dreams, man, for real. And don't. The shortage is horrible. That's a big percentage. 20 to 30% is ridiculous. And I'm pretty sure we can say that for a lot of countries. It's like that. It's like that.
Air Force is short of personnel, 20% short of those who maintain the planes,
Man.
up to 33% short on pilots, 20% short of those who maintain the plane.
Maintain. We need everybody we can get to come maintain this, plus more. We need to make sure we good before we go up in the air, man. Really?
Planes, up to 33% short on pilots.
Ain't got no pilots to even fly them, really. I mean, you got pilots, but like, you have a staff shortage for maintaining the jets. Then you got a shortage on actual fighter pilots. What are we gonna do? Huh? Put a piece of cardboard outside? Huh? Help wanted? Looking for pilots? Fighter pilots. Bro, it's hard either way. You can't just become a pilot or a fighter pilot. What if pilots that work in, like, the airlines, do they have a better or higher chance of becoming a fighter pilot? Like, what's the success rate with that transition? How fast would they be able to do it if you end up having a ton of pilots at the airports, but they could become fighter pilots. I'm thinking as a fighter pilot, it's super duper easy to become a regular pilot because of like what you are expected to do and what you are qualified to do. But yet again, we got to have respect for every field, So I'm not going to say it's easy or, oh yeah, you could just start Monday. Wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? There gotta be some type of respect, some type of boundaries. But let me know, please, in the comments. Man, I got so many questions.
Showing what others have warned, the Air Force is short of personnel. 20% short of those who maintain the planes, up to 33% short on pilots, jobs that are often specific to one plane, meaning having both some F-35s and some Gripens will be hard for the military to even staff.
When you look not just at the aircraft, but the people.
How is the U.S. getting mad that Canada didn't purchase 80 or 88 fighter jets, but they already purchased about like 30 of them? Despite the shortage in staff and fighter pilots, they still spent some money. We still, what? How can the Pentagon be so ungrateful and so ignorant and arrogant to this fact? I'm sitting here in my mind like I would have been grateful. Like, maybe Sweden can offer a better deal for cheaper as well, knowing the issues that Canada has, and they're trying to rise GDP and everything right now. Purchasing from the U.S., how is that going to help? How is that going to help? Because I know we taxing. And Canada, realistically, is gaining more perks by working with Sweden than they are with the U.S.
Meaning having both some F-35s and some Gripens will be hard for the military to even staff.
When you look not just at the aircraft, but the people itself, can we support 4th and 5th together at once?
Technically, yes.
Oh.
But the resource bill is really the challenge. When you come down to it, the people, that's the key challenge.
For all the talk from the Pentagon that Canada is not meeting its commitments at NORAD, it's the opposite message.
I've never had a challenge with aircraft availability on either side. Both the Royal Canadian Air Force and the U.S. Air Force do a fantastic job of maintaining new and old fighters. We've never had a problem with inability to deliver aircraft or exceedingly high maintenance rates.
But the longer a decision on the F-35s is delayed, the harder that may be to keep up.
Issues that Canada is facing right now, man. Please, guys, I would love. I was gonna say here. I gotta stop saying that because technically I can't hear you. But I would love to see everyone's comments down below, educating me in the world, the rest of the community, the family. Share some new facts, some new information you actually have gained over the time, When was this video made? I think this video was maybe like a few weeks. This video is like maybe a few weeks old to a month old, maybe. 13 days. 13 days. So if you've learned, or found out any new information regarding to this topic prior to us watching this video, please let me know. Please share it in the comments. Anything new that wasn't involved or included in this video. Any new updates. Any issues that may have not been spoken about in depth throughout this video. What are the major issues, should I say? Because Canada did business with the U.S. I mean, we know why they don't want to mess with us. We know this, But what is it that Sweden has, to offer Canada that's better than the U.S.? It's loyalty, hospitality. It's like a safety net, kind of, knowing that they got your back. You could trust them. They're not going to backstab you or anything. There's not going to be manipulation. Because when it comes to the U.S., it's like a one-for-all type of thing, man. It's like real greedy. These other countries working together, and then you wonder why everybody can grow. Everybody's growing and eating together. Like, my goodness. So I really am interested in hearing, oh gosh, I did it again. Seeing what you guys got to say in the comments down below. Share your honest thoughts and opinions, guys. Please, there's a lot of wise people out there. I got a lot of wise supporters that know a lot. And I don't want to say it surprises me, you know what I'm saying? But boy, it makes me so happy knowing that the people that watch me are so intellectual and wise. Like, because we don't really do no little kid content over here. Like, a lot of childish stuff we do. You know, comedy videos, a lot of humorous stuff. You know, I'm going to bring humor to every video. It's just me. I can't help that, baby. This is exactly why the teacher call home email after every single day. There's always something. There's always something. She just didn't want no joy. They didn't want no joy. They didn't want to smile. That's their problem, though. Please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, turn all post notifications on, share this video and channel to your friends and family members. Especially if you know somebody who isn't educated on this. I know a few, you know. Please share the video and channel to them in the hopes that we could just, you know, gather everyone. Bring some new people to the channel. That way they can learn and educate themselves as well and include their inputs as well. Because there's some things that, I'm pretty sure there's some things that a person who isn't educated on this topic, I'm pretty sure there's some things that they can still share to us, though, that we can still learn from. You know, things that we never even thought of. That's how I like to look at it. I don't like to have that type of naive, ignorant mindset towards everyone, especially if, you know, I don't know you. I'm open to I almost said hear it again. I'm open to see all comments. Man, I gotta meet y'all in person. I love y'all. Stay safe, and I hope to catch you all in the next reaction video. I didn't want this video to be too long. I didn't want it to be too long.